Right now, you have the power to change your life. You are the creator of your reality, and today we'll explore how to tap into that power by transforming your self-talk. How often do you criticize yourself, doubting your abilities? For just 3 days, I challenge you to change the narrative. Encourage yourself and watch your perspective shift. Are you ready to transform your inner dialogue? Let's get started. Number 1, the power of self-talk. Let me tell you something that might sting a little, but you need to hear it. If your life isn't where you want it to be, the biggest problem isn't out there. It's not your circumstances, your boss, or your past. It's you. And more specifically, it's that voice in your head. That constant whisper of doubt, fear, and limitation. That's the real enemy. Every single day you wake up and let that voice dictate your life. It tells you you're not good enough, you can't do this, or why even try in the worst part. You believe it. You buy into the lies your own mind is feeding you. And what does that do? It locks you in a prison. A prison you built brick by brick with every negative word you've spoken to yourself. You can't rise when you're your own anchor. You can't win when your mind is constantly throwing the fight. And if you keep letting that voice control your life, let me tell you what's coming. Regret. Regret that you never reached higher. Regret that you never believed in your own potential. Regret that you let a small, scared voice inside your head rob you of everything you could have been. Here's what you need to do. First, you catch that voice in the act. When it starts saying, I can't, or I'll fail, you stop it cold. You say enough, you don't let it finish that thought. Then you replace it. You tell yourself, I am strong. I am capable. I will succeed. You don't whisper it, you shout it. Inside your head or out loud if you have to. You say it until you believe it. Next, make it a ritual. Every morning before the world has a chance to knock you down, look in the mirror and declare who you are. Say, I am worthy of success. I am destined for greatness. I will make today count. And when you say it, feel it. Don't just say the words. Own them. Because here's the truth. Your mind is listening. Every single word you say to yourself is building your reality. It's like planting seeds. If you plant weeds, don't be surprised when you get a garden full of them. But if you plant powerful, positive thoughts, your life will start to bloom in ways you can't even imagine. Ladies and gentlemen, your self-talk is either lifting you up or pulling you down. There is no middle ground. The world is already full of voices trying to tell you that you can't. Don't join the chorus. Be the loudest voice in your life. The one that says, yes, I can. Yes, I will. Starting today, change the way you speak to yourself. Be fierce about it. Be relentless. Because the moment you change your self-talk, you change your life. And let me tell you, the life waiting on the other side of that change, it's bigger, brighter, and more incredible than you can imagine. Go claim it. The power is yours. Number 2, neuroscience of thought. Let me open your eyes to something powerful and dangerous. Every thought you think has the potential to shape your reality. And if you don't understand how this works, you're walking around with a loaded weapon in your mind, firing shots at your own success. Here's the truth. Your brain is not just a lump of tissue, it's the most advanced machine on this planet, constantly rewiring itself based on what you feed it. If you feed it doubt, fear, and negativity, it becomes a breeding ground for failure. And before you even realize it, your thoughts have created a life filled with struggle and limitation. But let me tell you, this isn't just philosophy, this is science. Your thoughts create patterns, neural pathways in your brain. The more you think a thought, the stronger the pathway becomes. It's like carving a groove into stone. Think I'm not good enough often enough. And that groove becomes so deep you can't see over it. It traps you in a cycle of self-sabotage. And let me warn you, if you keep letting your mind wander into negativity, here's what's going to happen. Nothing will change. Your dreams will stay dreams. Your potential will wither. And one day you'll look back and realize the only thing holding you back was the story you kept telling yourself in your head. But don't you dare think for a second that it has to stay this way. No, you can rewrite the script. You can retrain your brain. You can build new pathways that lead to success, abundance, and unstoppable confidence. Here's what you need to do. First, become aware of your thoughts. Catch yourself in the act. When your mind starts to spiral into fear or doubt, stop it dead in its tracks. Say, no, I don't accept this thought. Then replace it. Feed your brain something powerful, something uplifting. Instead of, I'll never make it, say, I'm on my way, I'm learning, I'm growing stronger every day, and don't just say it, believe it. Imagine it, feel it in your bones. And here's a tip straight from neuroscience. Use repetition. The more you repeat a positive thought, the stronger that new pathway becomes. Say it in the morning, say it at night, say it every time fear creeps in. Over time, those old negative pathways will fade, and new, empowering ones will take their place. Let me ask you something. If your thoughts have the power to build your future, why would you ever choose anything but the best ones? Why would you keep poisoning your mind with doubt when you could flood it with confidence? The brain is like a muscle. Train it with intention and it will work miracles for you. But if you leave it unchecked, it will betray you. Don't let that happen. Take control. Harness the power of your thoughts, and you'll harness the power to create a life you love. Starting today, think better. Think bigger. Think with purpose. Because every thought is building your future. And your future deserves nothing less than greatness. Number 3, 3-day challenge for transformation. Do you know why most people never change their lives? Because they don't believe they can. They're stuck in the same routines, repeating the same mistakes, living the same unfulfilled lives day after day. And they tell themselves, this is just who I am. Change is too hard. Let me tell you, that's a lie. It's a lie you've bought into for too long. And if you keep living in that lie, you'll wake up 5 years from now in the same place. Or worse, still dreaming about what could have been. Still wishing you'd taken action. Still trapped by your own excuses. But here's the truth that most people don't want to hear. Change isn't complicated. It's not some massive mountain you can't climb. It's about making one decision, one shift, and sticking to it for just 3 days. 3 days. Now I can already hear the doubters in the room. Jim, 3 days won't change my life, but let me tell you, it's not about the 3 days. It's about what those 3 days prove. They prove to you that you can take control, that you can break old habits, that you can rewrite the story you've been living. Here's the challenge. For 3 days, I want you to identify one habit. Just one. That's been holding you back. Maybe it's that endless scrolling on social media, that extra hour of sleep that robs you of your mornings, or those negative thoughts you let run wild. Pick one. And for 3 days, I want you to attack it with everything you've got. No excuses, no half measures, no I'll try, you're not trying, you're doing. For 3 days, you're going to replace that bad habit with something better. Instead of wasting time, read a book that feeds your mind. Instead of sleeping in, wake up and plan your day. Instead of doubting yourself, speak affirmations of strength and belief. Why 3 days? Because anyone can do 3 days. You don't need superhuman strength to stick to something for 3 days. But those 3 days are powerful. They create momentum. They give you proof. Proof that you're capable of change. That you're not a prisoner of your past. And let me tell you what happens when you succeed. You'll feel it. Pride, confidence, energy. You'll realize you're stronger than you thought. And that's when the magic happens. Those 3 days turn into a week, a month, a year. But if you don't take this challenge, if you don't commit to just 3 days, you'll stay stuck. You'll keep telling yourself, I can't, while watching others rise, succeed, and transform. So what's it going to be? Are you going to let fear and laziness keep running the show? Or are you going to stand up and say, enough is enough? 3 days, that's all I'm asking. Commit to it. Prove to yourself that you can do it. Because once you conquer 3 days, there's nothing stopping you from conquering your entire life. Number 4, breaking the cycle. Why do so many people stay stuck in the same miserable patterns year after year? Because they refuse to break the cycle. They settle for a life they don't even like because the idea of change feels too big, too scary, too uncomfortable. But let me ask you, how's that working out? How does it feel to live on repeat, knowing deep down that nothing's getting better? That every year looks just like the last? Here's the harsh reality. If you don't break the cycle will break you. It'll wear you down, it'll make you bitter, angry, and hopeless. And worst of all, it'll steal the one thing you can never get back: time. Now, I know it's not easy. Patterns are comfortable. Even when they're bad for us, they feel safe because we know them. Comfort is the enemy of growth. If you want a better life, you have to be willing to break free. So how do you do it? First, you have to recognize the cycle you're in. Is it procrastination? Overthinking? Constantly doubting yourself? Whatever it is, name it. Own it. Don't sugarcoat it. Next, you have to disrupt it. You can't change your life by sitting around waiting for inspiration to strike. You have to take action. If you always wake up late, set your alarm an hour earlier and get up. If you always make excuses, start holding yourself accountable. Write it down, say it out loud, and commit to it. And let me tell you, breaking the cycle isn't just about removing the bad. It's about replacing it with something good. If you stop a bad habit, fill that space with a better one. If you stop wasting time, spend it building your dreams. Breaking the cycle isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily fight. It's waking up every morning and choosing to be better, no matter how hard it feels. It's saying, I refuse to let yesterday's failures dictate today's potential. And when you do this, when you commit to breaking the cycle, you'll start to feel it. Freedom, energy, confidence. You'll realize you're no longer a slave to your old ways. You're in control. But if you don't, let me tell you what's waiting for you. Regret, frustration, a life of what ifs, and I don't want that for you. You don't want that for you. So what's it going to be? Will you keep living the same story? Or will you rip up the script and write a new one? Power is in your hands. The cycle doesn't own you. You own it. Break it. And break it now. Number 5. Emotional coherence. Let's talk about a silent destroyer. Emotional chaos. When your emotions are all over the place, it feels like living in a storm that never ends. One minute you're fired up with ambition, the next you're drowning in doubt and fear. And in that chaos, nothing meaningful gets done. If you don't get your emotions in sync, they will sabotage your life. They'll whisper lies, telling you you're not good enough, smart enough, or strong enough. They'll paralyze you when you should be moving forward. What's the cost of letting this happen? Relationships crumble, opportunities slip through your fingers, and you end up settling for a life far beneath what you're capable of. Chaos within leads to chaos everywhere else. Now let me give you a wake-up call. Emotions are powerful, but they don't have to control you. Emotional coherence is the key to mastering your life. It means aligning your feelings, thoughts, and actions so they all work together toward your goals. Here's how you start. Stop running from your emotions. Face them. Too many people bury their feelings, pretending everything's fine while their hearts are screaming otherwise. You've got to sit with those emotions, understand them, and take control. Next, you need clarity. Ask yourself, what do I really want? Not what others want for you. Not what feels safe. What do you want? And then align every emotion with that vision. If you want success, let your excitement fuel you. And let your fear remind you to stay sharp. But never let it stop you. Practical step? Start each day with intention. Before you dive into the chaos of life, pause. Take a moment to check in with yourself. Ask, how do I feel? What's my focus today? You'd be amazed how much clarity comes when you take charge of your emotional state right at the start. And listen, this isn't just about feeling good. Emotional coherence sharpens your mind, strengthens your relationships, and supercharges your ability to achieve. When your emotions are aligned with your goals, you become unstoppable. But if you ignore this, let me tell you what's coming. Indecision, missed chances, and a lifetime of frustration. You'll be a ship tossed by every wave, going nowhere fast. And that's not what you were made for. You were made to lead your life, not to be led by your emotions. So take charge. Feel deeply but act wisely. Get your heart and mind working together and watch what happens. You won't just survive. You'll thrive. Storm doesn't have to control you. It's time to calm the waters and steer your ship. Make the choice today. Master your emotions or let them master you. The power is yours. Number 6. Quantum creation. Let's get one thing straight. If you're stuck in the same old patterns, living the same old life, it's not because you lack potential. Because you're playing small. You're thinking small. You're creating your life with scraps instead of harnessing the infinite possibilities around you. Here's the brutal truth. Most people live as if they're trapped in a box. A box of excuses, a box of fear, a box of limited thinking. They tell themselves this is just the way it is, and then they settle. But settling isn't living. It's dying slowly, one wasted opportunity at a time. Do you know why this happens? Because they don't understand the power they hold. You have the ability to create a life beyond anything you've imagined. But if you don't use it, you'll stay stuck. Stuck in a job you hate. Stuck in relationships that drain you. Stuck in mediocrity. Now let me shake you up. You're not limited by what you see right now. You're not limited by your past. You're only limited by the boundaries of your own mind. Quantum creation means this. You are the architect of your reality. How does this work? Start by getting crystal clear on what you want. Not vague ideas, not wishy-washy dreams. Define it. Picture it in detail. Feel it. Most people don't get what they want because they don't even know what it is. They're walking through life blindfolded. But here's the real kicker. Once you know what you want, you have to act as if it's already yours. Yes, already yours. Not someday. Not maybe. You walk, talk, and think like the person who already has it. This isn't about pretending. It's about aligning your energy, your thoughts, and your actions with your vision. This isn't just wishful thinking, this is science. Your thoughts are energy. What you focus on expands. If you focus on lack, you'll get more lack. If you focus on abundance, on success, on growth, you'll attract those things into your life. But here's the warning. If you ignore this, you'll keep creating the same problems over and over again. You'll repeat the same mistakes, live through the same frustrations, and wonder why nothing ever changes. So here's your challenge. Step into your power. Imagine your dream life in vivid detail. See it, feel it, believe it, and believe it. And then start living like the person who has already achieved it. Take bold actions. Speak with confidence. Refuse to settle for anything less than what you deserve. Quantum creation isn't magic, it's mastery. It's the ability to shape your life with intention and purpose, and you, my friend, have that ability. But it starts with one decision. Will you keep creating by default, or will you create by design? Stop waiting for life to happen to you. Go out there and happen to life. The world is waiting for your greatness. Don't keep it waiting any longer. Number 7. Physical and emotional changes. Let's get real for a moment. If you ignore the connection between your body and your emotions, you're setting yourself up for a life of struggle. You can't separate the two. When your physical health is in the tank, your emotional state plummets. And when your emotions are a roller coaster, it affects your body. This is not just a theory, it's a fact. Now, Picture this, you're dragging yourself through life feeling tired and unmotivated. You wake up every morning with a heavy heart and a body that feels like it's carrying the weight of the world. If you keep living like this, you'll become a shadow of yourself. You'll miss out on opportunities, joy, and the vibrant life you were meant to live. So what do? You need to wake up to the reality that you are responsible for both your physical and emotional well-being. This is not about self-pity, this is about empowerment. You have the power to change your life. But it starts with understanding that your body and emotions are intertwined. First off, take a good look at your habits. Are you fueling your body with junk? Are you moving it enough? If you're not taking care of your physical health, don't be surprised when your emotions spiral out of control. Exercise isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good. When you move your body, you release endorphins, you reduce stress, and you lift your mood. And let's talk about emotional health. Don't ignore your feelings. You can't sweep them under the rug and expect them to go away. You have to acknowledge them, understand them, and take action. Start journaling, meditating, or seeking support from others. Find healthy outlets for your emotions instead of letting them fester. Here's the catch. It's not enough to make changes sporadically. You have to commit to a lifestyle shift. Make physical activity a part of your daily routine. Eat nutritious foods that fuel your body and mind. Prioritize your mental health like it's your top priority. Because it should be. When you take control of your physical and emotional health, everything shifts. You'll feel more energetic, more positive, and more capable of tackling challenges. You'll become a force to be reckoned with. But if you keep ignoring this connection, you'll remain stuck in a cycle of frustration and dissatisfaction. So ask yourself, are you ready to break free from this cycle? Are you ready to make the changes necessary to transform your life? It starts with small, consistent actions. Make a choice today to honor your body and emotions. Because when you do, you'll unleash a power within you that can create a life filled with purpose, joy, and unstoppable momentum. Number 8. Practical application. Let me tell you something vital. Knowledge without action is meaningless. You can read all the books, attend all the seminars, and listen to all the motivational speeches you want. But if you don't apply what you learn, you're just wasting your time. It's like having a treasure map and never taking a single step toward the treasure. Think about it. How many times have you felt inspired after hearing a great message, only to go back to your routine and forget everything? This is where the problem lies. You can't sit back and expect your dreams to come to you. If you don't put in the effort to apply what you learn, you'll stay stuck in the same old patterns. You'll watch others succeed while you wonder why you're not moving forward. Now, I'm not here to sugarcoat it. If you don't take action, you're choosing a life of mediocrity. You're choosing to let fear hold you back. You're choosing to let opportunities pass you by. And let me tell you, life is too short to live like that. So what's the solution? You must make a commitment to practical application. Start small. Take one lesson you've learned and apply it today. Don't wait for the perfect moment, it will never come. Make today the day you put knowledge into action. Create a plan. Break down your goals into actionable steps. Don't just say you want to be healthier, outline specific actions you'll take. Maybe it's cooking a nutritious meal, hitting the gym, or even picking up a book on personal development. Whatever it is, take that first step. And remember, consistency is key. It's not about massive changes overnight, it's about making small, daily actions that lead to big results over time. Embrace the journey. Celebrate every step you take toward applying what you've learned. But don't just stop at applying your knowledge to yourself. Share it. Teach others what you've learned. When you teach, you reinforce your own understanding and create a community of support. This will motivate you to keep going and hold you accountable. Every time you apply what you've learned, you build confidence. You'll start to see results, and that will fuel your desire to keep pushing forward. You'll shift from being a passive observer to an active participant in your life. So let me ask you, Are you ready to stop just talking about your goals and start taking action? Are you prepared to put your knowledge to work? The choice is yours. Remember, practical application is the bridge between knowledge and success. Don't just dream about it, do it. The life you want is waiting for you, but it starts with you taking action today. Number 9, transformational impact. Listen up. Let's get real about transformation. It's not a light switch you can flip on and off. It's a journey, and every decision you make has a profound impact on your life. If you ignore this truth, you'll remain stuck, spinning your wheels, watching life pass you by. You'll see others transform, grow, and succeed while you sit in the same spot, feeling frustrated and unfulfilled. Transformation doesn't just happen to you, it's something you create. If you don't take ownership of your life, you're giving away your power. You're letting circumstances dictate your future instead of actively shaping it. That's a dangerous game to play. It's time to wake up and realize that every choice you make matters. Each decision shapes your reality, and if you're not aware, you'll end up in a place you never wanted to be. So how do you create a transformational impact? First, you need to make a decision. You must decide that you're ready for change. No more excuses. No more waiting for the right moment. That moment is now. You have the power to change your life, but it starts with a choice. Next, take a hard look at your environment. What influences are surrounding you? Are they lifting you up or dragging you down? Cut out the negativity. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, and who hold you accountable. When you're in a positive environment, transformation becomes easier. But remember, it's not just about changing your surroundings, it's about changing your mindset. You must believe that transformation is possible. Stop doubting yourself. Every successful person you admire starts from somewhere. They faced challenges, setbacks, and failures, but they didn't let that stop them. They embraced their struggles as part of their journey. Now, here's the thing. Transformation requires action. You can't sit on the sidelines and hope for a miracle. You need to take risks, step out of your comfort zone, and push through fear. It won't always be easy, but it will be worth it. Every time you face a challenge head on, you grow stronger and more resilient. And here's the secret. The impact of your transformation doesn't just affect you. It ripples out to everyone around you. When you transform your life, you inspire others to do the same. Your journey becomes a beacon of hope for those who are struggling. You become a leader, a role model, someone others look up to. So I ask you this. Are you ready to embrace the transformational impact you can have on your life and others? Are you prepared to make the choices that will lead you to the life you've always dreamed of? The time for change is now. Seize the opportunity to transform not just your life, but the lives of those around you. You have the power to create a legacy of transformation. Number 10. Commit to change. Listen closely. Commitment is the backbone of change. You can dream all you want, but without commitment, those dreams are nothing but wishful thinking. If you don't commit to change, you're allowing your life to drift aimlessly. You'll end up stuck in the same patterns, facing the same frustrations day in and day out. It's a cycle of mediocrity, and it's time to break free. Ignoring the need for commitment leads to regret. You'll look back on your life and all you'll see are missed opportunities. You'll ask yourself, what if I had taken that chance? What if I had decided to change? Don't let that happen to you. Don't let fear hold you hostage. The reality is that nothing changes if nothing changes. If you don't take that leap of faith, you'll be left wondering what could have been. So how do you commit to change? First, you need to set a clear intention. What do you truly want? Define it. Write it down, make it real. A vague desire won't get you anywhere, but a specific goal gives you direction. It's your roadmap to success. Next, you need to prepare for the struggle. Change is hard. It's going to challenge you in ways you can't imagine. You'll face obstacles, self-doubt, and temptation to revert to your old ways. But here's the truth. That's where the magic happens. Embrace the struggle. It's a sign that you're growing, evolving, and pushing yourself to new heights. Surround yourself with support. Tell people about your commitment. Let them hold you accountable. When you share your goals with others, you're creating a community that will uplift you. Find mentors, friends, or groups that inspire you. Their energy will fuel your commitment. And remember, it's not just about big, grand gestures. It's about small, consistent actions. Every day is a chance to take a step toward your goals. Celebrate those small victories. Each little success builds momentum, and before you know it, you'll be on your way to achieving great things. You have to be persistent. Commitment isn't a one-time thing, it's a lifelong journey. There will be days when you want to give up, when the path seems too hard. That's when you dig deep. Remind yourself why you started. Remember the vision you have for your life. Let that vision pull you forward. So I challenge you today. Commit to change. Don't just wish for a better life. Demand it. Make the choice to transform your reality. You hold the key to your future, and that key is commitment. Stand firm in your decision and take action. The life you want is waiting for you, but it's up to you to claim it. Are you ready? Then let's get to work. As we wrap up today's lesson, I want you to remember this. Your words have the power to shape your reality. You can choose to lift yourself up or tear yourself down. So which path will you take? I challenge you to commit to this practice for just 3 days. Notice how it changes your mindset, your energy, and ultimately your life. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What shifts have you noticed in your self-talk? What new phrases are you using to empower yourself? Let's inspire each other on this journey of transformation. Remember, your story could encourage someone else to take that first step. So, don't hold back. Let's keep the conversation going.